California. Recently, me and my girlfriend and her mom, we traveled across country, many, many miles, many, many hours, many different time changes to the great state of California. This time in California was a revelation. It not only taught me that I live in a tiny little box in Lexington, and that branching out, there's so much to the world, there's so much God has created that's so beautiful, and it's at our fingertips, not only in our phone to see, but to actually get up and just go see it. But also, because in my trip, in my travels, and seeing all these places and all these people, it made me realize that I can't get satisfaction from anything in this world. If it were that easy, God would be unnecessary. There'd be no glory in a king. There'd be no glory in saving the broken. And on this trip, I realized, I don't have to go across country to find satisfaction. I don't have to go across country to find love, to find beauty, to find happiness, to find reassurance, to find fulfillment, to find anything. Because all of that is not a place, it's a person, and his name is God. And it took me to go all the way across the United States, not because I, was running from it, or I felt so distant from God, and I felt like it was in this place so far, far away that I would find exactly what I was looking for, but because when you're living in a small town, what you see is what you've always known, and what you know isn't what you think is out there, if that makes any sense at all. I remember the most I had done up until this trip was, driving around Lexington, South Carolina, and pulling into Walmart and pulling into restaurants and going to Brooks' house and hanging out with friends and family, and all these things are great. And then you leave and you fly across country in a plane for the first time. You get in the first terminal and deal with all that, and then you have your own first rental car, and then you drive on the freeways and you go and see all these places that you had never seen, and it just reevaluates not only, like I said, how beautiful the world is around us, but the fact that the world is just so much bigger than we are. And even that, with that being said, God is so much bigger than the world. In California, we saw tons of beautiful things, palm trees. We saw tons of beautiful cars and buildings, and just everything was so immaculate, and it was so pleasing to the eye. And then you turn around and there'd be a homeless man just laying on the street freezing to death, and you can't do much because you're in a state and barely have any money, and you're just trying to make it back home in 10 days. And the whole time I was looking for anybody that I could just give a hoodie to, that I could just give whatever I had, even clothes that I had just bought. And it's like as soon as I had spoke that into the world, it was like I couldn't find anybody. But it's the same thing. You'd be going down a beautiful street, and the sun would be setting, and all these pretty buildings and pretty, flowers and stuff, and you make a wrong turn, and now all of a sudden you're in the hood, and it's gang infested, and you're seeing people fight for their lives financially by selling drugs and, robbing gas stations and whatever else that they can do to make ends meet. And it just really brought it all back to 2020 has not been the best year. We know this. In James, we hear that we're supposed to count it all joy, and 2020 definitely did not make that easy. And we sit here and we try to say, oh, well, this happened and that happened, and how can we find joy in that? And the fact of the matter is we made it through. We made it through 2020, through a world pandemic, through the death of Kobe. We made it through racial injustice. We're still dealing with these things, but we're making it through another year. And in 2020, I just want us to go into it realizing that God is not far. God is not far. He's never been far. He wasn't far this year in 2020. He wasn't far in 2001. He wasn't far whenever. He's never been far. You don't have to go across the country thousands of miles to find God, to find a connection, to find love, to find relationship. You don't have to go far to find a father. God is here. He's listening. He's present. All he's waiting for is for you to talk to him. 2021 is going to be a great year, but we have to make it great. Going into this year, plans are to do more videos, of course, and I want to start diving into more Bible. I've wanted to do more Bible and more Bible teachings and Bible videos, and of course cinematography and videography and photography and stuff like that. But Bible is the basis of 2021 for this channel. So if you're looking forward to growing in your relationship and going deeper and understanding more, subscribe. And I'm not saying that because I want my subscribers to go up. I'm saying that because as a family, this channel is where we meet. It's where we congregate. It's where we come together. And I want us to grow. Because 2020 was a breaking year. 2021 is a growing year. 2020 broke us down to the very bare minimum. 2021 is going to build us up. And I have a feeling that God has a plan for 2021, whether it's to rapture us up out of here and we, leave and we're with him for eternity, or he brings the next great Jesus revolution and it just sweeps over the world and we have a harvest of lives that just seek him. God has a plan and he's not going to let us down. I love you guys. Thank you all for watching. And I'll see you next time. Peace.